Yo, check, check. I think it's working. What is going on, guys? Matty here from DCL Blogger. Day 23. Matty streams, Mattyverse series. Don't know how long this is going to be. Probably forever. Hopefully forever. But what is going on, guys? Always good to see you. Always fun to do these streams. 23 days straight. I passed the 1 month mark. And yeah, this is almost a regular thing now. It is a regular thing. 8 a.m. I know that I'm going to be streaming today. Every day. Monday to Friday. So it's been good, guys. It's been fun. What's happening? Let's see who's here. We have BT Topo. Let's go. Smash the like button. Yes, guys, please smash the like button. John, what's going on? Matt L. Kevin Malana. On again. Yes, please smash the like button, guys. Fraser, Moat, what's going on? The Blind Samurai. Got some Samurai Champloo vibes over there. Endo. Shakespeare Music. ZZS. What's going on? Superior King. I mean, I don't know. I feel like a teacher going through some names over here. Shakespeare Music. Yeah, day 23. Hey. Hopefully we talk Artifact. They are wrecked, says Kevin Milana. Ooh. You know what? I wasn't going to talk Artifact, but let's talk Artifact. I think it is a good idea to talk a bit of Artifact and see what they did and what's going on, right? So they've been getting a lot of flack recently. Let's open them up and see what the sentiment is. Hi, Maddie. What's going on? Functura says Doronovic. Got 3 O's in there. What's going on? RJB, evening all from the UK, from the United Kingdom. You guys are like 30 hours away from us in Australia. Finally caught a live session from New York City, says AR. Awesome to have you. Awesome. All right. BT says bought some lace engines. Talk Artifacts, says Endo. All right, let's do it, eh? Sometimes I think like Doronovic is saying, love your AI threads. I'm also a freak on AI. I know. It's insane, right? I feel like sometimes my content is a little bit too specific. What's happened now is, you know, I entered this space talking about virtual land and then art eventually, and then game items, and now AI, and now Artifact Studio and merchandise. I feel like sometimes my content or the categories I cover are too spread and each one quite specific. So sometimes I worry if I were to talk about Artifact for like 20 minutes, like half of the guys here won't really care about it, right? So I hesitate, but you know what? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about each of these topics. Let's cover what they did and some of the issues that have happened. But yeah, guys, today there's a few topics I want to go through. But guess what? It's my birthday today, December 7th. Maddie was born. So it's my birthday today. And my wife said, look, Maddie, well, you know, take a break from work. And you know what? I started working at 5:30 a.m. just because I'm a workaholic. I don't feel like this is work. You know, that's the thing. I don't feel like this is work. I feel like this is fun. I feel like this is just what I do on a natural basis. So, you know, in the morning when something's exciting going on, when I want to jump onto the Web3 space, I want to mint an NFT or do some random stuff, I'm just here. I'm straight, you know, whatever day it is. It's my birthday. It's a public holiday. I'm just doing work. So, yeah, awesome. Thanks everyone wishing the happy birthday. Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you. Today, yeah, I've got a couple of things planned, guys. So today I'm gonna try to take it easy, try to turn off the internet a little bit, spend time with the fam. It's actually a really damn good day today outside. Might jump in the pool or the spa. And another thing is on the 10th of December, which is about 3 days away, on Saturday Melbourne time, I'll be going overseas. So the stream, unfortunately, will have to almost disappear for about 14 days. I'm like, I wanted to stream while I was on holiday, but I don't know if I can or I should. I should really take a break. I mean, I haven't really taken a break from work for 4 years. Honestly, I haven't taken a break from work for 5 years. Like every time I've gone overseas, I've always worked like a lot. So this might be the first holiday that I always feel like I don't need a holiday because I mean I'm so passionate about the work that I do. I'm always excited, right? I'm always dopamine up, high and happy and just ready to work because all the cool stuff that's happening on the day, I'm excited for the day. But I think over time that does affect your mind and that does dull you a little bit in the sense of you feel less enjoyment. You don't really feel like that's actually happening, but over time things like anxiety or just gloominess sort of shrouds you because you haven't been getting out, you haven't been getting sun, you haven't been talking to family and friends a lot. The balance sort of starts to kick off, right? When you find yourself off balance because you're doing too much work, normally I found, things start to shake up a little bit. So I think it'll be good to take a bit of a break, as much as I don't want to. So I want to see how this is going to go. Am I going to take 14 days off completely, or should I make some content? I feel like there should be something going on YouTube. Maybe I'll try to post at least a post on YouTube at 8 a.m. or something. I don't know what I'll do, but yeah, worst case scenario, we'll have to take a good 14 days off streaming. So a good 2 weeks and a bit off streaming live. But it'll pass quickly. I mean, we've done 6 weeks straight. What's 2 weeks in the long run, right? It'll be fun anyway. Chatterbox. All right. Good morning, Maddie. The chat will just show up and stream for you. Glad you're getting a break, says 0x Kryptonian. Thank you, man. I appreciate the streams and your view on Web3 very, very much. But yeah, take a break, says Functura. Thank you, guys. It does mean a lot. I do like sharing stuff with you guys, right? All right, let's jump onto the stream. Let's share some stuff on browser. I've just pulled up a few topics that we can talk about, but most of this stream I wanted to take it easy. I mean, I don't want to cover too much content, more talk to you guys about stuff. Be a bit chill today, right? All right. Now I've covered a bunch of AI content recently. I woke up at like 6 a.m. and just started tweeting my ass off. So we'll cover a little bit about this. There's this thread that I did about half an hour ago. We'll go through a bit of that. But for now, let's touch upon a bit of NFT stuff. A couple of NFT stuff has come out. One, Ledger has released Ledger Stacks, and they've gone, in Ledger Stacks we trust. Built on trust, made for all, held in your hand. This changes everything. I mean, the regular Ledger is held in your hand anyway. So it'd be interesting to see what this is. I actually just found out about this about 10 minutes ago. But let's take a look, right? Ooh, what was that? Okay, so let's try and take a look at what it actually does. Enter Ledger Stacks, our most advanced and customizable ledger yet. Ledger Stacks is a touchscreen device made to protect your most valuable digital assets. Uncompromised security, built-in confidence, all your digital assets in one place, powered by the secure element chip and Ledger's proprietary OS. Keys to your assets are kept offline, far from hackers' reach. Okay, cool. Mint the Ledger Stacks NFT bundle to pre-order a Ledger Stacks. Ah, so that's how you buy these with an NFT. Is that what's going on here? Use an NFT to buy this? The Ledger Stacks NFT bundle. The Ledger Stacks NFT. Redeem this NFT for a Ledger Stacks and a free magnet shell, a protective case for your Ledger Stacks. On shop.ledger.com, starting 19 December, start shipping by the end March 2023. The art on Ledger Stacks mint pass NFT. Use this NFT to mint a random artwork from the Art on Ledger Stacks collection. Interesting. The 0.22 for an ETH for a ledger, there's 10,000 of them. The Genesis pass. What are they doing here? If you own a pre-mint collab NFT, if you own an NFT from any of our pre-mint collabs, okay, so they've done some collaborations. Is it a whitelist? Ledger stacks drop over. So what's 0.22 ETH? 0.22 ETH is about, I think, $400 US, maybe $300 US. That's not too bad. Let's see what it actually does though. So it looks like you can mint some art. All right, that's great. You know, I haven't really looked at what this actually does. So it looks like it's seems like an iPod. You guys remember iPods? It gives me an iPod-y vibe. I think that's what they're going for. But I mean, one of the things that was cool about the Ledger was that it was so small. It was literally a USB, and I think I personally like that. I don't know if I would carry another gadget with me where I'd go. That's that big. So you can personalize it with an NFT picture. Okay, it's got the security thing. It's palm sized. Okay, cool. So designed to travel. Transact, control, and earn on the go through Ledger Live. So you can earn. What does that mean? Swap crypto. Right, you can use DeFi and stuff. So I think they're going for almost like before it was a wallet, a USB sized little device. But it seems like now they're trying to go for almost. I wouldn't be surprised if this goes from a wallet to a mobile phone. Imagine being able to receive calls through your Ethereum address. I mean, you probably get mostly spam calls, right? But hey, they've gone a little bit bigger. So this is a bold play into a more aesthetic device that's more a display thing. Available on Ledger Market with little extra something for a little limited time. Pre-order your Ledger stacks. Okay, cool. All right. I don't know what to think of this, to be honest. I feel like the Ledger as it was did its thing. What increasing functionality will this have that the current one doesn't? Maybe the one restriction of the USB sized previous Ledger. I mean, if you guys are not used to Ledgers, they look like this. Right? A hard wallet. So just to give you an idea as to what a Ledger is, it's a hard wallet that keeps your assets. Well, they don't keep your assets offline, but they allow just regularly when you sign into a MetaMask, you do so via the desktop, right? MetaMask is really just a communication tool to your assets on blockchain. It lets you log into your account and make transactions and things. Your NFTs aren't kept in a ledger. They're kept on blockchain, but they're communicated by the wallet. That wallet is connectable via ledgers. And this nano ledger is like a physical device where you need the physical device to be able to access the wallet, right? Unless the person gets the seed phrase, in which case everything's over. But no one, if someone gets your laptop and they try and log into your MetaMask and they don't have the ledger, they won't be able to sign in. Now, one restriction, I guess, back with the previous ledgers is the UX is limited to this. I think because they had very little storage capacity, so that it couldn't, no one could install bugs and stuff on this. Because of that, I think they went with this simple UX. But because they've updated the UX, I think they want people to use it more. So if people use our nano ledgers more, maybe to check the time, maybe to transfer an NFT, maybe if you can slide an NFT into a different wallet or do something. When you communicate with a ledger, it's a bit annoying. You have to like approve the transaction like 5-6 times. It's very complicated. Not complicated, but it's an annoying way to approve the transactions. I actually don't like using it. But maybe they're going to get more use from this new style. So let's see what happens. I might buy one just to check it out. I mean, it's always fun to check out new technology, right? Let's see what happens. Now, ledgers. I don't know about Ledger. They had this security breach a while back. Security breach. So nano ledgers had a massive hack a while back where 270,000 crypto addresses were exposed. It exposed the addresses and data of 270,000 people. It's really annoying. I mean, for a company that's security focused, I think like this has always dampened my thing about ledgers. And anyone really, like if a security company like Ledger released the information of where people live, their phone numbers, etc., for 270,000 plus wallet buyers, I mean that's a pretty big breach. It's a pretty bad thing, right? But let's see. Look, I'm quite surprised they were able to come back, and I mean, not many people in the comments are even pointing this out. So cool. I might check it out. RJB asks, it was just email addresses though, right? I think I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's just the email addresses. I thought it was addresses as well. Let's see. If it's just email addresses, that's not that bad. All right, so the ledger stacks. Now, what else do we have? We got Artifact Studio, and then we got my AI stuff. Okay, so AI stuff we'll go through a bit later. Artifact Studio. What shall we say about Artifact Studio? So if you guys don't know, they recently released this new type of kicks, which is pretty damn cool. It looks like it has automated tie-up shoelaces, something. I mean, this technology looks pretty wicked. It's an interesting way that it works. It comes with Nike tech, so they've done a merge with Artifact and Nike tech to roll this out. Lace engine powers features such as auto lacing, haptic feedback, enhanced lighting, gesture control, walk detection, wireless charging, NFC links, app connectivity, all this random stuff. And everyone's just pretty excited about it. Yes, you can move to earn. So apparently there's going to be a move to earn sort of thing. There's 19,000 kicks IRL. That's 4 different colors it seems. Blackout, stone, ice. All these different things that you can get. So I think you might be whitelisted based on what sort of thing you have. And this is where it got problematic. In fact, this is where it got extremely problematic. They just casually were like, by the way, it can only be shipped to US. 95% of you guys that don't have it in the US, that aren't living in the US, are probably not going to get one. Then I think that's what got everyone pissed. So like basically everyone was like, what? So we just paid thousands of dollars for something which after reveal you've said now we can't ship to the US? Like, why wasn't this communicated before? And it sort of looked a little bit shady because they were like, well, if you knew this was a thing and you didn't disclose it before, did you do it on purpose so that the price and the trade action got you a lot of royalties and you were able to drive a lot of revenue to the company, and now you're disclosing it? And I mean, that's a big loss to the community, right? Like people have spent thousands of dollars to get this, realizing that they can't get that. Well, I don't put the blame on Artifact when it comes to the prices doing their thing, because people speculate and the community hypes things up on Twitter. People start writing threads about what it could be, and then monoliths start to hit prices where I honestly feel like whatever they would have released, the prices would have come down. I mean, there's always that thing about investing, right? If you're in the stock market, you know that speculative part that comes before the announcement is usually where you see the most profitable price action. After the announcement, it's usually price tanks, right? No matter what the hell the announcement is, even if it's a big announcement. Unless it was like the Nike acquisition was a big deal. Like, it has to be a very bloody big announcement. It can't just be a small to mid one, right? But I think it's fair to blame Artifact on not disclosing this before or at the start, right? If it was a restriction, they should have told everyone. Due to the advanced tech and product regulations, products can only be shipped to the US. They released a lot of flack, like, geez, a lot. Yeah. A lot of people are pretty pissed off at this. If you read the contents, Pranksy's like, what? Everyone's just a little bit kind of shitty about what's going on. Great product release of the shoe, but damn, you really dropped the ball on this one. Epic fail from Artifact. And a lot of people are like, oh, I'm selling my assets, doing a bunch of stuff. Yeah, a lot of people were pretty upset about what's going on there. So, I mean, if you search Artifact and Artifact and you go latest, you'll probably find most people. The artifact situation is why I refuse to have blind faith in a project or long-term hold to support the project anymore. I'm buying NFTs for the floor price to go up and to make money. That's it. NFT Superhuman Artifact was the only existing exception. They've dropped the ball. Nike had the chance to pioneer the Web3 space. Yeah, the artist behind it is super good, but yeah, I think this is something else. Almost like Artifact and all these other projects managed by a big entity. Again, more reason to get into Web3 native projects. Speculation. Why 99% of projects really see increases. Why big prestigious entities want to get involved. They know this whole space is speculation. And they know how easy it is to capture your money. Very small percentage of people that are here for the access, and that's my aim. You know what? This was written on September 25th. I just came across this now. Very, very true. Very, very true. I think under the Twitter noise about NFTs being extremely revolutionary, which they are, and NFTs, interesting brands and projects coming out here to release their NFTs and having a strategy and the world changing as it is via NFTs. I think it will. But I think today the space is hyper speculative. And honestly, like I was thinking about this today, like NFTs dead in the sense of projects being able to release NFTs to sell 10,000 NFTs that will go on to build something. I think the current model or offering is dead. I think no one wants avatars anymore. No one wants new avatars. There's freaking like 10,000 avatar projects to choose from. Why the hell do you want another avatar set? I mean, 10,000 categories of avatars. There's like 1 million avatars to choose from. Everyone's seen virtual land. Everyone's seen art. Everyone knows what's going on there. So, I mean, unless the NFT has an offering that is, I think it has to be super clear as to what the value proposition is. I think it needs to go over and beyond in giving that value proposition. So, yeah, like unless an NFT project says, hey, you know, we're basically going to charge you guys $50 and you're going to get merch, you're going to get this, you're going to get that. And over time, we will work our asses off to build that NFT to a certain price that it is. And once they build that offering in 2 to 3 years, once the project or that ecosystem is buzzing, it's cool, it's awesome, it's big, then they can charge a little bit more, right? When it's very clear about what they have. I think selling NFTs at the start for thousands of dollars, and then going on the next 2 to 3 years to build, that model is sort of dead, right? So what does this mean? It probably means that a project has to work a little bit harder before they release the NFT strategy. I think people would, yeah, I think just like the iPhone era, right? Like when Apple came out, iPhone apps used to be like $50. It used to be like $20 for a freaking torch, right? A simple app that made your phone go blank and gave you a mirror, a mirror so you could look at yourself. It used to cost like $5. People used to spend money for games and stuff, right? Now the common price for an app is like $1, if that, or people expect most of these apps for free, at least the starting bit. And so eventually the marketplace found its norm. And I think this is what's going to happen with NFTs. The days of charging $1,000 for 20,000 NFTs, I think that's sort of dead. But I think the days of charging something fair, like $50 to $100 to be part of an ecosystem via an NFT, and that NFT being a utility across the ecosystem that may connect up to other stuff, that might be quite viable because that's a price that people normally pay. Now, this doesn't include NFTs that are artistic in nature, art and collectibles. I think that they're going to go on to do their thing, right? All right, so Artifact, yeah, I think I mean the floor on a lot of their assets have tanked. I've noticed. I mean, I think just myself alone, I've got like over 500 NFT assets from Artifact, from shoes to avatars to all sorts of things. So the price is 6.65 ETH. I mean, it's gone down from 7.3, 7.5. The monolith, I think the monolith seen the largest hit, right? You got the Artifact normal monolith. So the first one's down to 1.3. It hit a price of 3 ETH at a point, and everyone was speculating on this. So it was at 2.3, and then it hit 2.9. Now it's sitting at 1.3. So it's dropped off quite a lot. Is it going to fall even further? I'm not sure. I think people are speculating on what Artifact is going to do about this. What are they going to do about this? Are they going to add more to the offering? Justify the price to kind of fix their flaw, to bring faith to their customers? Honestly, it's not that I don't care how they figure it out. It's just that I know with every NFT project, there's just so many mess ups in their journey to stabilize themselves. I keep going back to the story of Decentraland, being a participant in that ecosystem for 3 to 4, 5 years. I mean, I saw for the first 2 years them just making decisions like they just casually. So if you guys didn't know, Decentraland in the early days, they said they were going to be a VR based world, right? And then casually after a year and a half, they were like, oh, you can't see my camera. Good point. There I am. I forgot to enable my camera. If you guys don't remember, I mean, if you guys weren't there during the Decentraland days, yeah, for the first year, they were like, yeah, we're going to be a VR world. They sold their land based on a VR world built on blockchain. And somewhere they just casually were like, we're moving away from the VR thing. We're not going to do it. We're not going to do it now or in the near future. And everyone was like, wait, what? You're not doing VR? What do you mean you're not doing VR? We're buying Oculus Quests over here. We're thinking that VR is going to be, this is why we're buying land. We're going to build VR experiences. And there was a really big shake up there, right? And it kind of, no one really remembers that. No one really cares about it now. Decentraland it is what it is. But they were like, we can't do that. We're going to build the product first on desktop, and then we may implement VR later on. So for years, for months, every month was like a battle with some of these projects. There was always screw up. Some mints didn't work. You'd go into Decentraland, it would crash. I would organize a massive conference, it would crash. Nothing would work. The audio would suck. People would complain. I'm so used to this that I almost don't care. Like, I don't care what I care. I don't care about this specific event. What I care about is Artifact in the long term, continuously building and learning and serving an ecosystem over a long period of time. If you put too much pressure on the founding team, you're going to get more scenarios like this. Because everyone's expecting the price to go up, and everyone's expecting them to be hyper innovative. And a team you can't do that, right? A team can't do that consistently. You got to give them space to make mistakes. That being said, I mean, it would have been bloody good to say that these couldn't go out past US way earlier. I think, some things that definitely have to be fixed on Artifact's end, but innovative, not mistakes, but innovative moves that were underwhelming or overwhelming, I don't really care about that. I care about the long term. I care about, them doing, 50 different experiments over the course of 6 to 7 years, and maybe 2 or 3 of them being revolutionary, and therefore the assets that are influenced by those within the ecosystem being revolutionary. You'll see the biggest ROI on a handful of assets. That's just investing 101. If you buy 1,000, if you invest in 100 different companies, you're probably going to see 3 to 4 of them become unicorns, if that, and probably 10 do well, 30 do medium or not do anything at all, and the rest just go down, right? The odds of you making money from ventures are low. So just let Artifact do their thing. I've got many other things in the portfolio apart from Artifact. I don't want to be too... I think people that have spent a lot of money recently based on getting the shoe or looking forward for a financial gain might be disappointed. Xerox Kryptonian says selling to Nike changed everything. Lots of unknown there. Yeah, that is true. They changed the whole thing. I always wondered, like, what would Artifact be without Nike? Like, would they have still... They were pretty big in terms of the fashion merch thing, right? Sneakers and sneakerheads, they were like the company to go to, the Web3 native brand. So curious to have seen that, but you know what? Like, who knows? Who knows how this is going to be in the much longer future? Functura says, as long as a project keeps building and experimenting, make mistakes and make great moves at the same time, the future will be probably good. Yeah, that's true. I mean, like, think about crypto, right? We know how revolutionary crypto is, or blockchain is, or NFT is, or the metaverse is, or this infrastructure is, or DeFi has been, and all of these tools that are built on blockchain infrastructure. We know that. But the cycles of crypto, I mean, every single day or week that you look at your crypto portfolio, most of the time you get a heart attack. You're like, oh shit, it's gone down 10%, it's gone up 5%, it's gone down 30%. It freaks you out. Like, it's just normal. It's just you learn to live with this as being the norm. It's very turbulent with each project. So one thing you do have to keep track of is if a project is not making the right moves consistently, or doesn't have a roadmap that you personally believe in or think will provide value. You don't want to be holding assets that will go to zero eventually, right? So you do want to make moves when you can. You do want to cut your losses when you can. But for some that you can afford to and you do believe in, you got to give them a bit of slack. Okay. Let's keep going, guys. Let's keep going. Now, I did an AI thread. I want to go through this briefly in probably a couple minutes. This one, I couldn't really think of a headline here, so I did a little. I was a bit cheeky, and I went, "Don't wait till AI replaces your job." There's 14 major impacts AI will have that every human needs to be aware of. Now, this is an important thread. I think this is a more important thread than the previous one that I did. And it's a bit harsh saying don't wait till AI replaces your job. I know it's a concern out there for the regular person. Oh, is AI going to take my job? You know what? AI has no feelings. And the people building tools and implementing these in mass scale, like the Amazons, probably have no feelings. So if AI can take your job, and if that reality does look real, then it's better to talk about it than it is to just say, you know what, no, you're going to be all fine. We're going to find a way to, AI is not going to replace every job. No, we've got to be very serious about the impact and influence of AI in the industry. What's it going to do for your job? And what does that mean for you as a human? So just a couple of points here I wanted to go through. Some of them are really good and fun and exciting. Some of them are things that we need to think about and should be concerned of. So higher human output. Humans will be able to achieve more in much less time. Machines, factories, calculators, cars, planes gave us 10,000 hours plus back. Just like it's odd to not use a calculator, it will be odd to not use an AI tool to help write posts, concept designs, etc. So I remember my dad back in the day, he used to get me to practice my handwriting for 2 hours a day. I know. I don't even know why. But he was like, Matty, you need to learn how to communicate. So your handwriting has to be very, very clear and concise. If you don't know how to communicate, then you can't get things done. So he'd get me to sit down every day after school for 2 freaking hours writing stuff out. And I mean, that was good because it trained me to sit and study. And not only did he get me to practice my handwriting, I think it used to be half an hour handwriting and maybe a little bit more doing math and homework and stuff, right? So I do my homework for 2 hours a day. And I mean, I hated it at the time, but I do appreciate it now. But no one writes anymore. The last time I put pen to paper was like 3 weeks ago. I can't even remember. Right? So, I mean, imagine someone telling you to do something, and instead of you pulling out your iPad or taking out your phone and writing notes, you pull out a book with notes on it, like pages and pages of notes, and you start writing down those notes. It's not wrong to do so, but it's odd, right? It feels like, oh, wouldn't it be faster if you just use your phone to write these notes, or a voice or something? So I think like eventually it'll become odd to do certain things the old-fashioned way, as the regular human will be able to use AI to do certain things. It'll be like, hey, can you just find me the top 10 questions? Can you fill this website up with content? Here's the categories of content. Now it'd be weird to write all that out when you could just go to AI and spin out better content and reword that and make it work. So the average person, when that task is given to them, instead of them taking a day to do it, you'd probably be expected to do it in 2 hours, right? So higher human output expectations. I think companies will expect more from people, and the average person will be able to do 4 to 5 different types of jobs. The same person that can do brand design can probably also do logo design, can probably do copywriting, can probably do a plethora of skills that are around that, because suddenly AI tools enable them to do different skills. So I think it's important to call almost superhuman yourself, like advance to the next level of what human capabilities are. I think if you're not, then if you don't do that, you will be beaten by those that will. Right? So I think it is important to take note and really look at the AI tools and see what works today. So a couple of things like that, cheaper services. I think like, if if something that if something that used to take 80 hours, like making a website, now takes 8 hours, I can't see people still charging, $5,000 to make a website, or whatever it may be, because there'll be people that will be doing it in 8 hours and will be happier to take, $1,000 or $2,000. And then another one will come by and be like, hey, I can create the same thing for $400 for you. So the price of services, I think, will become much, much less, which is great. It's great for us. So that's a plus. Cheaper services, because the cost of labor and production goes down. The cost of labor goes down because you're not paying that many people per hour, and the cost of production also goes down because you're not paying 80 hours worth of labor or time. You're paying, I don't know, maybe 2 hours worth of someone just touching things up. So the cost of stuff is going to go down, way down. Our free tooling and digital services, we download plugins and stuff, and we pay for them. I wouldn't see why I wouldn't just be like, hey AI, can you create a tool that allows me to translate the English or language on my desktop to a different language, and auto puts that onto Google Spreadsheet for me, and it'll create a custom tool, or it'll automatically do that with the tool that's on your browser, right? So you can input commands that allow these functions to happen. And I think that is going to create tools like this, and suddenly digital services that charge you a per monthly subscription to have that service can no longer charge you, because you're basically going to be a magician making tools or custom commands for things to happen. You're basically just going to be speaking into this thing and telling it to do stuff. All sorts of stuff, guys. Content curation. So would you absorb content from one person that maybe has a biased view, or would you absorb content like TikTok videos or read threads about AI that has learned from millions of cultures and historical events and can analyze an event based on a lot more learning than a human being can? So a bunch of different things. Go through them. They are quite interesting. Some of them sort of came through talking to other people, or I just thought of them myself. So I shared that. One interesting. Oh, by the way, with the MetaKey, we've introduced another avatar project. Biopills. If you guys have a biopill or are familiar with that project now, you can use your avatar in our game. So we're going to be releasing this new Ganymede game soon. It's still under production. We're probably a year away, maybe 6 months to a year away from releasing this. We've got a lot to do. You can see this is all just training areas and centers, but we have an environmental artist that's going to make this look stunning. I guess glimpses of what it's going to look like. It's going to look way better than this. But now you can use this as an avatar. So you can use a CloneX, you can use this, you can use a CyberKong, you can use your Cypher, and this is our way of connecting to a bunch of different projects. So new Ganymede, if you're not part of that, make sure you are. One interesting thing, so a couple of other interesting things is Eminem rap. This was a pretty cool video that was. We gave out over 3 million in cash, not just whack track facts. This year you won $14. That's a max. On the track, it's a rap. You just feed a text and it raps it in an Eminem voice. Pretty cool, right? All these sorts of random things, and I think the future is also going to look like this, where you basically input, you go AI. Product design, so you can basically tell the AI to create a product for you that is comfortable to sit on, and basically give it a description that you would have normally given to a person to create something. So imagine when couches never existed and you were like, hey, can you create something that's comfy to sit on, and we came up with couches. Like maybe AI will come up with a whole new different design that's like people would have never have thought about, right? That'll be pretty interesting to do as well. All right, guys, that's it in terms of content. I didn't want to talk too much about content. Let's talk to you guys a little bit. Let me go full can. Let me read some of your comments. Zero Scriptonian says, how they react to setbacks is all that matters. Yesterday is gone, tomorrow is here. That is true. It's true. I agree with that. Regarding Artifact, I think Artifact is very well positioned, but needs to find the right balance between giving back to the community as the brand continues to succeed, and treating them as consumers. Yeah. The problem with NFT projects is that you're actually serving investors. Like the first of the community, yes, there is 50, 1,000, 10,000 people that buy those avatars in the start, or however many it is, and they are interested to see the company go and build their thing, but they're more interested for the financial value, I would think, or at least more of them are interested for the financial value. And so you're actually serving investors. So you have to almost treat it as investors, and slowly you transition to where you grow that community to actual real users with the products that you have developed. So with that transition, I think you have to be comfortable with some quiet periods, because there is going to be quiet periods if you're going to build something epic and big. You can't just keep hyping it up on Twitter. You gotta relax. You gotta just go in building mode and build them out. Or else you're gonna have this thing where the community is gonna expect something like every month. Biopill avatar is sick, says Xerox Kryptonian. Awesome. Can't wait to use my glider for the first time, says RJB. Old man needs the same. Yeah, we're very excited about what we're gonna be able to do in New Ganymede. It's our little corner of the metaverse, you can say, right? Our own little virtual world that we can use to do whatever we want in. So it'll be fun to mess around with it and get it out there and get you guys in there, have 100, 200 people in there. Maybe even do my streams in there. Maybe I can do it live. Daniel asks, how do you think you can incorporate AI into an NFT project? That would be pretty cool. I don't know. If we take NFTs out of it, and we just think about it as like a regular game with pets and avatars or NPC characters or whatever it may be, maybe you can just, I don't know, maybe you can just do it, imagine AI implemented in pets. Imagine like if you have a pet, it'll automatically go out there and scan a certain area for you, tell you if there's any threats. If there's an NPC character and we have an event that's supposed to bring awareness to, a tourism activation that we're doing, maybe we built a dream world, maybe the NPC character can take you through and show you what you like based on the inputs that you put. Maybe you can be like, hey, NPC character, can you take me to the highest point in this place so I can get a really good snapshot of the most, the most active area in this scene. So I think you can implement AI for a command and output sort of input. What am I trying to say here? So like if you were to tell it to do something, it can, like an NPC character or a pet or an item within that virtual world can go tell you to do that. So I don't know. Like I'm still learning about AI at the moment. We'll figure it out, right? I think it is interesting. So if you do that, I don't know if you can sell NFTs as AI. I don't think it would make sense. I honestly don't think that would make sense yet. I don't know. I feel like NFTs are a game asset or a character or something that exists digitally, and AI is like an information input that you would put, like code or a command that imagine if you're sort of tokenizing commands, right? Or you're tokenizing emotes. You only allow certain people to dance a certain way. You only allow certain people to say certain things. You wouldn't want to restrict that, right? So you wouldn't want to restrict the AI functionality. That's so far my mind can't really think about that many AI uses. That's where, we're sort of I'm stuck at that. We got Rouston, who's bought a Medikey. Hell yeah! When Poap asks, Rouston. Yeah, I need to do a Poap probably after I get back from the holidays. DCL OG, hi Kryptonian subfam. Eric says, agree. Alethea AI has NFTs doing crypto news on YouTube. Yeah, right. The NFT does that, or does the AI allow your NFT to do that? How does that happen? AI generated missions so the user experience is unique. Yeah, that's a good one. So you let you put the parameter, maybe an AI generated level, and then Rustan. Okay, I apologize, Rustan. AI generated missions so the user experience is unique. So maybe like a mission or the environment could be AI generated, where you're like, you know what, can you well, you wouldn't want to do that, right? You don't want to tell the thing to generate your environment. You want to just do the mission that's designed for you, because you want to go there with mystery. If you're going there with what you already know, you wouldn't want that. Yeah, I was thinking that AI would be the content utility that's added to the NFT. Somehow, I was also struggling to think of a good integration. Yeah, same. I don't know how. like, I guess NFTs allow you to invest across different sectors. I don't know how that would be for AI. I mean, people rush to the first AI generated NFT, or maybe AI generated art, possibly. I don't know how that would work. Like domain names make sense for me. So like a .ai, like if you're able to get, Mattyverse.ai or something, that's a good way to invest in the AI industry because as companies might want that. That would be interesting. POAP design competition using AI. Yeah, maybe. Well, I guess that'd be pretty interesting. Would you want to use AI? Would you want to use a creator? POAP design competition using AI for a streamer. Yeah, we could do that. Maybe we can do one like once a month or something. You can collect them. All right, guys. I'm gonna end the stream here. It's been fun. My voice is starting to crack, so I need to calm down and go drink some water. I'm gonna go enjoy my holiday, or sorry, enjoy my birthday and take a bit of a break. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. It's great to see some new faces over here. Rustan, thank you for Rustan, and I'm sorry, I'm definitely pronouncing your name wrong. Thank you for coming in, and everyone else, all these new people I'm seeing here. A lot of familiar faces. Peter Roll, Perla Roll. I'm not sure if I've seen you around. What are some of the best AI movies you've seen that you feel might be our future? Good question. AI movies. I'll have a think about that and share some. All right, guys. Peace. Thank you so much. We'll catch up again tomorrow.